Morning. It's the 26th of June and I'm just getting back into running. So the announcement I wanted to make is I'm now doing the Sydney Marathon and then straight into the full Ironman in December. So marathons I think in September and then December is the full Ironman. I'm going to be training both of them at the same time, but obviously with a bit of a focus on the running. The next couple of days of training for me, get a long run in, hit legs, also get some bike rides and a swim in. Today, the plan is to go for a swim in the morning and then hit legs about midday. And then the rest of the week is looking like an interval run and upper body and then a long ride and a long run over the weekend. But yeah, I'm just having some breakfast now, toast. If anyone is wondering what my stack is looking like, my supplement stack, this is pretty much it. I've managed to get it all.
Way too much, I need a moment. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. Till then, fuck that, the world's ours.
Gonna be my go-to for like everything for a session, like a long run, long ride. Whenever it's in the morning, this is pretty much what I always have. That's pretty much it.
Short-minded niggas, sauce is Napoleon. My furs is Mongolian. My ice brought the goalies and I embody every characteristic of the egotistic. He knows he's so fucking gifted. I just needed time alone with my own thoughts. Got treasures in my mind but couldn't open up my own vault. My talent, creativity, purity and honesty is honestly being crowded by these grown thoughts. Reality is catching up with me, taking my inner child. I'm fighting.
Breakfast. Third piece of toast for the day. Obviously got a protein shake and then a coffee. Shout out to Before You Speak Coffee for the sachets. Obviously they do sponsor me, but hey, they're pretty yummy, so I have them. And as you would have seen, they're all there. Got back from a swim. I didn't record my swim because pretty self-explanatory and I got nervous. Anyway, if you want to see me swim, this is it. Not bad. Went to the pool. I did 2,500 meters, pretty good. 40 minutes in total. Felt pretty comfortable. And I did 10 times 100 meter efforts with like 30 seconds break. So basically how I like to structure my swims, or what I'm going to be doing until I think I start training for the Ironman fully. While training for the Sydney Marathon, I'm going to be swimming twice a week. And then those sessions will just be on the same days as my leg days. And then the sessions itself will be like a long and a kind of a short swim. So start of the week will probably be a short, long swim will be in the back end of the week sometime. The shorter swim will be like 100 or 50 meter efforts, 100 meter efforts, maybe 200 meter efforts. And then on the long day where I swim, it'll be, maybe 400 meter efforts or 500 meter efforts. So my short swim will be, normally 2,000 to, probably 2,500 meters. My long swim for the week will be probably 2,500 to 3,000, kind of keeping the volume up and keeping the intensity up. And then I'll just stick to my plan of those kind of efforts.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I'm tryna fuck, yo. She wanna pull me a shot. She wanna rock, yo. Doing Pilates, body and waist. Bad pen, bad face. Saying they're real, they're probably fake. Not my type, she's saying I'm gay. Yo, yes you can. Yo, make that clap. Slim or thick, still throwing it back. One shot off the 40, she wanna act. Man, got enough cash like I'm in a trap. Turn an L to a W chat. Look at her back. Yo, look at my hand. Bristol, Manny, I'm brown. Cover knots, sexy, letting it shake. Leicester, Ports, London. 10 things all over the place. Back then, cutting through Heath, or I'm in Croydon, there on the mains. All the things love pre in my teeth. Rose gold, she with the kid, it's big. Yo, ow. Let's talk about bands or talk about something. Yo, bow. Man, know about money, nigga, that's one thing. Stepping in Gatwick, getting a pat down, that's new, babe, don't ruin my fit. I get hate and love in abundance, I still went up and got rich. I'm tryna fuck, yo. She wanna pull me a shot. She wanna rock, yo. Doing Pilates, body and waist. Bad 10, bad face. Saying they're real, they're probably fake. Not my type, she's saying I'm gay. Yo, yes you can. Yo, make that clap. Slim or flick, still throwing it back. One shot off the 40, she wanna act, man. Got enough cash like I'm in a trap. Turn a L to a W chat. Look at the back, yo, look at my hand. I'm in the States, man, chopping down famous hoes. If you knew, you wouldn't believe. BBL or a natural waste, I ain't giving no fuck, just pre the receipt. Outside good girls ain't no fun. I like ratchet, I want a free. She got her back in a perfect shape. I'm hitting the same as DDG. Yo, 100 racks, selling out merch to 100 fans. Way back then with 100 packs, just me and my own and one dusty track. Yes you can.
So it's the following morning. I hit legs yesterday afternoon, and then I had a pretty busy afternoon, so I ended up just not recording anything, or didn't end up doing a recap of the leg session because I was editing a YouTube video for the time I was in Malaysia. Some carbs, it's 2 pretty big slices of toast. If anyone's wondering what this is, it's Vegemite. If you're not Australian, you may not know. I did have this thought, which people may have questions about, is why are you having bread or toast or whatever, something like solid, instead of having like a G1M Sport or like raw endurance, like some carb powder, which I know some people do have before their workouts. Personally, I don't know, I just can't really be bothered to drink some carbs. I think I'm roughly going to get the same amount, if not more, from having the bread, but obviously bread will sit differently in your stomach than some endurance powder. So it's just personal preference. But then on other days, yeah, like before a ride, I'll probably have that, or even before a swim or during a swim, I'll have that, because it's just way easier. Like, I'm not gonna have toast. I don't know, I think it's just out of habit that I have toast. Plan for today is to do an interval run. I have 800 meter repeats, which I'm kind of excited for, apart from the fact that I hit legs literally yesterday at like midday. So I'm excited to see how I go, and also just to see how my body handles it, how my legs feel. I did feel a little bit sore this morning, but overall, I still feel pretty good. Since I'm also doing the Sydney Marathon, I'm using a runner plan, and I'm also partnered with Runner as well, so just keep that in mind. And then doing my own riding and swimming training. Anyway, so this morning, let's see, whatever, I'll just screenshot it and then put it there. Yeah, fuck knows. So it's a 10k run, and then it has 800 meter repeats. So it has eight 800 meter repeats. So 2k warm up, and then basically like a 2k cool down. A bit nervous to see if I can actually hold a 350 pace for 800 meters, because it is pretty quick, and I haven't ran that quick in a long time. I've managed to procrastinate for half an hour. I even shaved. That's how bad it is.
It's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down and out? Would you still have love for me?
If I fell off tomorrow, would you still love me? If I didn't smell so good, would you still hug me? If I got locked up and sentenced to a quarter century, could I count on you to be there to support me mentally? If I went back to a hoopty for my bands, would you poof and disappear like some of my friends? If I was hit and I was hurt, would you be by my side? If it was time to put in work, would you be down to ride? I get out and peel a nigga cap, you chill and drive. I'm asking questions to find out how you feel inside. If I ain't rap cause I flip burgers at Burger King, would you be ashamed to tell your friends that you're feeling me? In the bed, if I use my tongue, would you like that? If I wrote you a love letter, would you write back? Now we can have a little drink, you know, a nightcap, and we can go do what you like. I know you like that.
I'm feeling pretty tired. My legs are super sore. I'm so fatigued. Like, I went to bend my leg once I finished the run, and like my quads just like felt so tight and like so thick and heavy. I'm gonna have eggs on toast, and I'm also gonna have a coffee. And then what I've recently been doing is Raw has these like Raw Replenish sachets, which have 1,000 milligrams of sodium. This one as well tastes amazing. It tastes like chocolate. since it has 1,000 milligrams of sodium and I'm probably dehydrated, I'm gonna put it into a shaker. Yes, I know I'm mixing brands with BPN and raw, and then have it. So that'll get me about just under a liter of water and then 1,000 milligrams of sodium. So ideally it gets me fully rehydrated and topped up with electrolytes and stuff. And then yeah, on top of that as well, I'll have a coffee, so I'll be ready to lock in for the day. I'm gonna do my run recap now because I just chilled out for a little bit, edited some videos, posted a new YouTube video. This is lunch. I'm gonna have some pasta, chicken, some cheese. Also gonna have another coffee because I'm gonna go to the gym in about an hour and a half, give or take. Arms and shoulders, and then also do a bit of rehab, prehab stuff, which I will show. And then I also just then thought, I need to make sure I'm not lacking anywhere, because if I'm going to be running and riding and doing all of this volume, I don't want to have any weak points. So shout out ChatGPT, but it's given me a bit of a rundown of what I'm lacking, which to be honest isn't actually a lot at all, which is what I'm really happy about actually, because at the moment I've been doing really well and I don't actually have any injuries, and I do a bit of prehab already, which is what it's covered and told me to do, but I'll just continue doing that. But basically the stuff that I'm not doing, plyometric work, a bit of stretching, and then like abductor, or what was it? It was like the banded walks, like, you know, when you do a banded walk, like what you see girls do at the gym with bands. So anyway, you won't catch me doing it apart from in a warm up, but that's pretty much it. And I already do isometric holds, which is what I'll show you later, which is what the physio gave me initially. Anyway, so I'm gonna bring it back to the run this morning. So I am happy with it. The 8 times 800 meter repeats was actually quite tough, which is not what I expected, because before, when I did some 1K repeats maybe like 2 months ago, I actually felt really good and I felt really strong. Honestly, I think it's probably because I hit legs yesterday and I'm feeling a bit fatigued, or feeling quite fatigued. I just have a lot going on. So I may slightly adjust my training program, change the days around with when I hit legs, and maybe slightly decrease the volume and then try and keep the strength quite high, so very low reps, kind of short and sharp, intense sessions, ideally to reduce fatigue, and obviously the carryover. Anyway, so this morning's session, the goal was 3 minutes 50 per kilometer pace for 800 meters. So I ended up not hitting that, and I ended up doing about, to be completely honest, I ended up doing probably 4 or 5. Definitely room for improvement. Like going into next week, I'll have a bit of a better picture of how I'm feeling and how I'm handling things.
Hop in that window, I got places to go. People to see, time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going, the women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry that's always on. I know the storm is coming, my pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower. Call up my homies, it's on and popping the night, cause it's meant to be ours. We keep a fadeaway shot, cause we ballin' and spittin' up Patron every hour. Look mama, ow, you just like the flowers. Girl, you the truth with all that goody power. You spin my head right round when you go down, down.
You spin my head right round when you go down, down.
From the top of the pole, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to be. It's going down. From the top of the pole, I watch her go down. She got me throwing my money up. Ain't nothing more beautiful to be. It's going down. Hey, shawty must know I'm the man. My money lover like a #1 fan. Don't open my mouth, let her talk to my fans. My Benjamin Franklin's. A couple of grands, I got rubber bands.
So future me here, I'm just going through and editing this video now, and I've realized that obviously I haven't really provided much context behind the exercises that I'm doing and why I do it. So for context, I've previously had patellar tendinopathy, and these exercises are what my physio has given me as rehab, and then I've obviously asked him, hey, can I do this as prehab to reduce the chances of it happening again, me coming back and seeing you? So he said yes. So this is what I do maybe once or twice a week after, you know, some of my like easier days, like, you know, my arms or shoulders, or if I'm just in the gym and I have a bit of extra time, I'll do this. It only takes me about 5 minutes, but this is purely because I've had patellar tendinopathy, and it's just exercises that I do to try and make sure that I don't get them again. So if you have had patellar tendinopathy, maybe it'll be good for you to do, but I would highly advise that if you have any injuries, you should speak to your physio. And if you have spoken to your physio and you've been given exercises, I would say just do them. And if you want to not get injured again, the exercises the physio has given you are probably good enough to do as prehab instead of rehab. I'm assuming it works both ways. I'm not too sure, but this is what I do. And it seems to be working for me. And I haven't had any niggles or anything like that. Another thing as well is stretching. I think I touched on it. On top of stretching, I would also probably recommend you probably get like a little massage ball. Actually, I'll show you. I have it here. So on top of the stretching and stuff that I do, I also have a massage ball, which is like a hard ball, and then you can just do like some trigger point stuff. Yeah, basically like trigger point stuff, just like sit on it and put that into your ass or your glute. Basically anywhere. You can look it up on Google and it just tells you what you can do with it. But that's another thing that I would do for recovery is stretching, and then every now and then I'll do like trigger point release kind of stuff. I use this normally like when I go to bed, stretching at night, all that kind of stuff. I never do it like before or after a workout straight away, just because I can't be bothered. Anyway, back to the video. So I have some slightly unfortunate news. My watch has stopped working. It just completely just like broke and just won't turn on, and charging it isn't helping. And I also think I'm getting sick, which kind of sucks. I don't know, for the past couple of nights I just haven't been sleeping super awesome. And then I think getting back from Malaysia and then kind of jumping straight back into training, you know, not sleeping on the plane and shit, you know, sleep schedules and whatnot has probably maybe played a toll. I don't want to say I am sick. I hate saying I'm sick because then I feel like it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I do feel like I'm slightly under the weather, which is fine. Anyway, so it's Saturday. The plan is to do a long ride. It's going to be super chill, super easy. I'm still really sore after yesterday's interval run, and my legs are just like smashed, like they're so sore. So I actually think getting out for a ride is probably going to be better than doing nothing today. And then tomorrow I'm going to do a long run, so hopefully, you know, I can flush out the legs today and then feel better going into tomorrow. But I think I don't know yet. It's pretty late in the day. It's actually 12 o'clock, so I don't know if I'll hit the gym or if I'll just save it until tomorrow and try and get a good sleep tonight. But anyway, let's get into the ride. I'm going to take with me 2 water bottles, and I'll chuck them on the back. And then honestly, I'm feeling a little bit better now, but overall I'm still not feeling, I guess, 100%, and I don't really want to push it. Feel terrible tomorrow, so to be honest, I think today will be a bit of a chill ride. During, if I start feeling better, I'll do like a little efforts up hills and whatnot, but other than that, it'll be pretty chill. So in that case, my fueling will be a lot different. I won't be drinking as much water because I'm already hydrated, and then I won't need to rehydrate because it's pretty cold. I won't be sweating as much, and then since the intensity is a bit lower as well, I also won't need to have as many carbs per hour. So what I think I'll do today is probably just 1 or 2 scoops of the raw endurance powder. The G1M Sport has caffeine, and I'm not having any caffeine today because I want to try and get a good sleep tonight. back from the ride. Ended up doing an hour and a half. Felt relatively pretty good. I definitely feel better now than before. I did about a 20-minute effort. I'm not too sure what my output would have been. I feel better on the bike than I do like walking around. Like my legs are still really quite sore. So it's quite interesting to see just how, no running volume and no running intensities really kind of hit me quite hard. I have room to improve there. Definitely be working on that in the next couple of weeks. I'll see how I feel in about an hour, but for now I'm just gonna have something really big to eat. Obviously I have to do a long run tomorrow, so I'm definitely gonna have something quite big to eat now. Probably some cereal. I know I've got pasta and some chicken in the fridge, so I'll probably end up just having that and then just chill out for the rest of the night. All right, it is dinner time and this is what I'm having. Dinner is chicken and pasta, and I don't feel like talking. I've got a long run on the table. I'm just having some breakfast or some carbs now. I got a coffee and some toast. I'm feeling pretty hungry. I completely crashed out last night and just after I took that video, I then went to bed basically. Like I think I had dinner at like 4:30 and then by like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock I was in bed. I just did some stretching before going to sleep, read my book and then went to bed. But I'm still not feeling like 100%, but I'm feeling better. The plan is just to do 22k just in a zone 2 heart rate, just like an easy run. I'm gonna have this. I maybe will also have some carb powder. I'm not sure, depending on how full this makes me feel. But yeah, I'm super hungry still, so I'm excited to get this run done and then have something to eat after. I'm thinking about a whole bunch of cereal. I think I may even go buy some fancy cereal. That's usually like a bit of a treat for me. I have coughed up some phlegm about 3 times this morning, which isn't good, but I'm hoping that once I get moving, get the heart rate up, get the air through my lungs, hopefully it all just clears it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. As I said, the plan is to do 20 to maybe 22 Ks. I'm probably gonna take, these are the gels I've got sent, so I'm really excited to try them out. Honestly, I think I'll have maybe 2 gels and then go from there, because it'll only be like 2 hours or less. 2 gels should be fine. I've already had something to eat beforehand, so that'll get me to about 90 minutes in, and then 2 gels at 75-minute mark and an hour and 30 mark should be enough to get me through the whole run without any issues. It's pretty cold, if you cannot tell. The frost is still coming off my windows, so I think it's 0 degrees outside, so I won't be sweating too much. I've got some water here and I've been having and hydrating throughout the morning, so should be sweet. So let's get into it. And not bad. It's actually quite nice this morning. That was tough. That was really tough. I ended up doing 20 Ks. I started off really strong and I felt really good. Like the first 7 Ks, I felt quite good. And then once I hit like the 10K mark, my paces just slowly started to just like climb. Yeah, my speed per K just started to go up. Like, hopefully this shows it, but exactly that. You can see like started off really good and then just kind of went downhill from there. But my heart rate was like quite good. I thought I was pretty happy with it. An average of 145, which is pretty good, as that is definitely what I want my heart rate to be for long runs. All in all, I mean, I only did 20K. My legs were quite sore. Like I sat down briefly after I finished, and then just standing up everywhere, all through my legs just was shook, my quads especially. So I think I'll see how the next week or 2 goes, but I think I may actually drop my leg sessions down to maybe once a week, and then maybe just do like accessories. I'll do like one compound movement, maybe slightly back off on the quad exercises, as I'm getting quite a bit of loading through the quads on the bike, and then hitting legs and then running. It's quite a fair bit. So I don't obviously want to blow out my knees or have any issues. So I think I may be smart about it and actually drop it back. I ended up having headphones for like maybe the first 10 minutes, and then I took them out and I was just kind of vibing. I felt really comfortable running. It was just obviously my legs just aren't used to it. Like no issues with like my heart rate or my leg conditioning in my body. It's just taken a bit of time to get used to it. So hopefully by next week, when I do a long run again, I should be sweet. But I think I've finalized my plan and what I want my week to look like. So look, I'll just show you because it's a bit easier. I'll drop it in as a screenshot. I just have to get on top of my sleep because I think that's a big thing. I didn't get a good sleep the other night, and leading into the past couple of days, it's kind of, I think, made me possibly a little bit sick. And also it's just definitely not helping with recovery and how I'm feeling going into my workout. This is what I'm having for breakfast. Breakfast and early lunch. Oh, not even. Brunch and lunch. I'm probably gonna have this and more. But basically it's like 4 eggs, 5 pieces of bacon, some potatoes. I wanted hash browns, but I couldn't find any. So this is what I've resolved to have. And then I'm gonna have electrolytes in here. Electrolytes. So I've got a raw replenish in here, 1,000 milligrams of sodium just to get my hydration back in, and electrolytes as well. So that should be really good. But yeah, I'm gonna smash this, and honestly, I probably will also smash a bowl of cereal. I got a cheeky bowl of a cheeky flavor for cereal, so I'm gonna smash. I will have that.
Bullock came out with an update, but they.
I am feeling pretty wrecked, but this is the new cereal I'm gonna try out. So hopefully it's good. I'll probably have a bowl. If it's really good, I'll have 2 bowls. I'm feeling wrecked. I went to probably an hour and a half has passed since I just had lunch. I went to go to the toilet and sit down, and my quads are so sore. Like I actually almost fell over and passed away on the toilet, like trying to sit down. My legs are ruined. The plan has me doing an interval run. No, a tempo run tomorrow. There's fucking no way in hell I'm doing that. So if anything, I'll probably do an easy run tomorrow, and then I just hope that by Tuesday when I have to do legs, I feel a bit better. This is coming to the end of the week for me, so long run. I would have ideally liked to do a long ride yesterday, but didn't get around to it. But yeah, this is the refuel. Big bowl of cereal.
My name is Pink and I'm really glad to meet you. You're recommended to me by some people. Hey, ooh, is this illegal?